Right, everyone, good day. Let's address all the Kokomi hate that's currently on the internet. So let's start off with the Raiden Shogun and contextualize everything. 2.1 drops. So what happens in 2.1? We get Watatsumi Island, we get Sarai Island, and everyone's exploring, everyone's happy. Everyone goes to the Raiden Shogun and they're busy pulling all their primo gems on the Raiden Shogun. If you're a free-to-play player, you might have fished for like the catch. But regardless, whether you've got it at C2, C0, or C6, you've spent a lot of resources getting this character in terms of primo gems and time. You spend a lot of resources building the character, building the weapon, getting the artifacts, leveling up the talents, farming the domains, trying to get the books, trying to get this material from all the Kairagi and everyone on the like overworld, etc., etc. So what happens then? Everyone gets to run Shogun. There's a bit of drama, but that happens. So now we are 4 weeks in, and now we've got a bit of a content drought. So people have already explored 100% here. They've already maxed out the Sakura tree here, and now everyone's like, all right, Mihoyo, where's my reward? And to be fair, Mihoyo has done nothing. So yes, the anniversary rewards are crap, and they deserve a bit of hate for that. But what a lot of people are doing is they're taking this built up content drought and built up hate, and now suddenly a character like Kokomi drops, and everyone's immediate reaction is, oh, you know what? Mihoyo just wants to sell us this character for the current floor 11. They give us a problem and they want to sell us the solutions. Freaking greedy. They don't want to give us any anniversary rewards. They don't want to make Raiden Shogun work with Beidou, etc., etc. So I'm just going to freaking hate on this character because I don't have any primo gems. And even if I had the primo gems, I'm saving up for a Ganyu rerun. And that is pretty much the mentality or the mob mentality that you're seeing on the sort of like internet at the moment. So let's just take all of that and break it down. First of all, the anniversary awards were crap, so I agree. I mean, that's just, please just do better, Mihoyo. But that shouldn't go and reflect on the hate for this character. The second thing is, I'm someone and I've done like lots of solo run videos. I've done lots of Abyss videos on my channel. I really play the Spiral Abyss more so than a lot of the YouTube and content creators. I cringe at YouTube content creators playing and showcasing all different stuff because they do everything wrong. So it's really irritating. But I've played the Spiral Abyss and I can tell you Kokomi is better for floor 12 than she is for floor 11. A lot of people also go and say, well, I'm going to meme with my level 40 Barbara, and she's just going to heal everyone up. And why do I need the solution that, in air quotes, that Mihoyo is offering when I can just slap on a Barbara and easily overcome the abyss? What the fuck, Mihoyo? And I think that's a really very terrible outlook in terms of the character. But what's even more is a lot of people forget that since a year ago, this character, Barbara, has been on so many banners that if you're a free-to-play player, you get her for free at C0. You only need 6 copies of her. If you don't have her at C4 by now, then honestly, that is on you, because she's been in so many banners. You should have a Bennett at C4 at least. You should have a Xingshu at C4 at least. If you're completely free to play, you're not spending any money on anything in this game. So I get it. Like, why should people spend their money on building a character when they've already spent a lot of time, a lot of resources on existing things? And that is a very fair argument. It's also a fair argument to say that a lot of the things that Kokomi can do can be fulfilled with other characters. Like, for instance, like I said with Barbara on floor 11, if you want damage, you'll use Xingshu for the Hydra application. If you want like a bit more like heals, you can use Jean or even like Chi-Chi because you got unlucky and lost the 50-50. Or you can even use Bennett and be like some other very popular content creators and be like, my Bennett can heal 7k per tick, trash Kokomi, ha ha ha. You can, those are actually legitimate reasons, but what a lot of people don't get is this character, and I've said it in my other videos, is a generalist. So what does she do? She goes and once you've burnt all your cooldowns, you've burnt your elemental burst, especially if you're a free-to-play player, you won't have access to all the constellations and stuff. Your entire team will take a lot of damage, and then there'll come a point where you need some sort of stabilizing unit, someone to fill in the gap. So what does Kokomi do? She fills in that gap very nicely because She provides continuous healing, which is something I think a lot of people underappreciate, because if you've got burst heals, it doesn't seem like you need continuous healing. And I think that is also a very terrible attitude, because if you look at Kokomi C2, this C2 really heals up a character quite a lot. So if my Raiden Shogun was healed up by Bennett's 7k per tick, she could still suffer a fatal flaw, like a fatal blow from the perpetual mechanical ray at the end of floor 12. Whereas with Kokomi, if her HP drops at anywhere below 50, the accelerated healing that I get is just going to outstrip what Bennett can do by any margin. And if my Raiden Shogun gets continuously hit, then I don't need to swap to a Barbara, do my little cute burst, and then then have to swap back. I can just continuously attack while the jellyfish is on the field uninterrupted, etc. So you understand there are situations where, because of the generalist nature of Kokomi's kit, and especially at the highest skill ceiling type of gameplay, the higher technical gameplay level, you would prefer her way over all the other characters. But for most of the other characters, I can understand why people would do it. But there is no single character in the game that can tank, physically take a large burst damage from the enemy, continuously heal, and attack at the same time. No other character can do this in the game. None of the 4 stars can do it, and that is why this character is a proper 5-star character. Let's take Ganyu for instance. My Ganyu, I'll just show the build and whatever, because I'm not scared to show these things. My Ganyu is like the equivalent of a very good free-to-play Ganyu. Obviously there are better Ganyus out there, but my Ganyu does about 30k damage. But let's assume you've got a god tier Ganyu as a free-to-play player at C0, and you are hitting 50 to 60k per damage, per charged shot. So that'll be in this 2.5 second window, once this hits, you'll get 60k damage, critical hit. Now in a 10-second window, that is about, let's do the maths, 4 times 60, 240k damage that a peak free-to-play Ganyu can do. My C6R5 Kokomi does about 320k damage in that window. That doesn't mean my Kokomi is better than Ganyu. No, no, no. What I'm saying is that when everyone's burned all their cooldowns, all their elemental burst and everything, Kokomi comes in, stabilizes the team, heals everyone up, and then does supplementary damage. And that supplementary damage is about just keeping up the constant cadence of damage that you've got going. So a free-to-play like Kokomi will obviously do 120 to 150k damage, which is still pretty good, because my C6 Syra, when she does a critical hit with her Q burst, does about 55k. If you add in all the little lightning and stuff, she does about 120k damage. So for a support, for a character that was specifically advertised as not a damage dealer but as a pure freaking support, Kokomi's damage is actually fine. I've got no problem with the fact that her damage is the way it is, and the fact that it scales linearly off your HP. She's not supposed to be your damage dealer. That's why you've got these characters. That's why you're saving your rerun and your primo gems to get a damage dealer. So let's not judge a fish by its ability to climb the wrong tree or whatever. Let's judge a character for what she was advertised. And is she doing what she was advertised for? Yes. Was she advertised to do floor 11? No, there's no such explicit advertising. You don't need her for floor 11. She's way better for floor 12 in any case, in my opinion. So I think a lot of these things the community has properly gotten wrong about her. She is a fantastic character. No other character has no other support character's got this very generalist approach that she's got. And I can't wait for proper whale content. Bring back the Vagabond event. Bring back really difficult events, because then you'll see this character really starting to outshine a lot of the other characters. You might disagree with me, but please don't take all the anniversary and all the hate and project it onto one character, because honestly, this character doesn't deserve it. If she is the quote unquote worst 5-star, then I'm happy to have her, because she's absolutely pretty. The way she does her animations, very pretty, great design, detail, and you can see they did put in quite a bit of work on this character. I'm happy with her. Right after Ayaka, she's number 2 on my quote-unquote waifu tier list, and I love her. This is not Kopium because I just spend a large amount of money. on a character, honestly, I can afford it. Like, money is not a problem for me. When I build characters, I only spend money when I really like characters. Ganyu is an awesome character, but I didn't spend money on her because I didn't think she was worth it at the time, and I still don't think I'm going to spend like money to get her at C6 because I just don't need the power. I've got Ayaka, I've got Raiden Shogun. Who needs that power? I want something fresh, something new, something that scales off out of HP, healing bonus, hydro damage, a very different way of building a character. That's refreshing to me. I love seeing something that's new, refreshing, that challenges you on how you need to play. It's not just unga bunga, gonna press the Bennett Q and everything melts. You've got to think about where you want to position your jellyfish, manage the cooldown and refresh durations whilst you're playing with your other characters. Um, so Kokomi is exactly like Ayaka is, very easy to pick up, very easy to play, very hands like off, but they've got such incredibly high skill ceilings. It's the same with the Raiden Shogun as well. Very easy to play in the beginning, but want to really master these characters, you need to put in a lot of work to get the most out of them. And that's what's so great about this character. They're not broken, they're not one tricks, they're not like E shoot, E shoot, E shoot, you know, like a lot of these popular streamers are doing. They're actually characters that take a bit of forethought in how do you want to build them, and that's what I love about them. So say what you want, say it's Kokopium, whatever, I don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, you're all sleeping on this character, and she's awesome.